Zaxby's has been perfecting chicken fingers for 30 years. And now we're going to the sea. Shrimp butterflied and fried to perfection. And a perfect blend of Zax sauce and cocktail sauce called Zax Tail Sauce. The perfect southern fried shrimp meal. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.
Joe Dredge.
The show goes on!
Mornings on WROK. Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
6 minutes after 7, News Talk 1440 WROK. It's Tuesday morning with Riley and Joe. It's cloudy. It's 55. Headed for a daytime high of 70. We've already had some rain. More could be coming through before the day is done. We still have a 50% chance of more rain coming through. But 70 is the high when we start to get warmer as the week goes on. 82 on Wednesday under partly sunny skies. Thursday's 85 and partly sunny. Friday is 81 and all sun. And then Saturday's partly sunny and 85. Best chance of rain after today is Thursday with a 20% chance. But other than that, we don't even get to 10 for the other days.
All right, we'll be good to go.
Yep, was pouring earlier. No rocking and rolling with thunder and lightning and all that. Just a straight rain.
Good rain.
And it looks like more of it could be coming through before the day is done. It says here rain possible after 10 o'clock this morning.
We'll be waiting.
We'll see. All right. Something Illinois-centric here this morning. Amtrak travel between Chicago and St. Louis about to get 15 minutes quicker.
Really?
High-speed rail project allowing trains to reach speeds of 110 miles per hour, according to the governor yesterday.
Nice.
The higher speeds will take effect on June 26th and will reduce the duration of the trip from the current 5 hours and 13 minutes. Trips from St. Louis to Chicago are a few minutes shorter, according to Amtrak timetables. Existing maximum speeds on the route now are 90 miles an hour. So they're going to let them go up to 110 miles per hour.
So train problems have been in the news lately.
Yeah, they sure have.
What has gotten safer in train travel to allow the additional
let's
speed?
not ask too many questions here. Come on. Just cut the ribbon and be happy with things? Oh, you have to know stuff. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that.
And to be fair, the passenger train travel hasn't been what's been the problem. It's been loading up some of these cargo trains with trains that seemingly far too long on rails that aren't maybe equipped for it.
Or rail crossings and all that were not up to what we needed.
Exactly. So interesting. But all right.
Yep, it's a $1.96 billion project, also providing safety improvements at 212 grade crossings. Funding for the project includes $1.66 billion in federal funding, primarily through an American Recovery and Reinvestment Act grant awarded that year, and $300 million in state and non-federal funding. They broke ground on the project in 2010, completed it in 2018, but it's been going through several years of test runs. So now we're going to be upgraded from the current 90 miles an hour to 110 if you're traveling between Chicago and St. Louis via Amtrak.
Not bad.
Have you done that?
No, I haven't. That's on the bucket list, man. Doing I don't know if that trip's on the bucket list, but doing a cross country train trip sounds incredible.
We did it when I was a kid, and went from here to Virginia, and then on to Washington D.C.
Okay.
And remember that very, very well. That was something I'm really glad the folks took me on.
I've looked into it a couple times. One thing I'm always shocked by is how not cheaper it is to travel by train than it is by plane.
You know, I've never even looked at the costs.
Oh, it's
comparable?
No. More. Yeah.
Depending on what you want. Are you talking about doing the sleeping car?
That kind of stuff.
Always wanted to do that ever since I've seen it in the movies. I've never even set foot in one or seen one other than in the movies. I may have walked past one on a train at some point and not realized that's what it was.
Long distance trains. Yeah, Amtrak. I've poked around this website quite a bit. These cross country ones, couple thousand.
Really?
Yeah, for some of these. If you want to get out to like the California, take it through because that's the trip, man. Taking it through the Rockies.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what you need to do. So, it is not the cheapest way to go, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Let's see. You can travel cross country for as little as $197 if you book well in advance.
Okay.
Well in advance. Tour the country by train for $299 with Amtrak's USA Rail Pass, 30-day Rail Pass.
I think that gets you a seat.
Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, yeah, you're not getting a sleeping car or anything like that. No.
Nothing like that. I don't think you're even getting a reclining seat.
No. Here's a milk crate.
Might be a bench.
It's back where the engineer hangs his coat. You just sit right back there. You should be fine. Here's a rope to hold on to.
Yeah. Let's see here. Chicago to what's so popular? Chicago to LA.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Sure. Let's leave this weekend and come back. Oh, really? Okay. You can only go for a week, I guess.
All right. 6-day trip.
Find the schedule. Chicago, out of Union Station. I see, because, I used to be in the train stations a lot, and you'd see the big ones come through. How do I select one of these?
Why won't anybody tell you how much? That always worries me, too. When they bury the cost,
problem.
You've got to arrange everything before we even begin to tell you how much this is going to cost. That always sends a red flag up for me.
Yeah, I don't even know how to find the price of this. Yeah. That's not great.
Okay. Airports make it easier. Airports
really
make it a little bit easier.
Really do. By the way, it's that trip from Chicago to LA departs at 2:00 on Saturday and arrives 2 a.m. on Tuesday.
Yeah, great. Arriving at 2 a.m.
Arriving at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So
who are those zombies? Oh, they're the ones who just got off the 2 a.m. train.
Off the train. Yeah.
Right. Speaking of means of travel, this story's gaining a lot of traction around the news gathering sites this morning, and that is these 4 kids who survived for 40 days in the Amazon jungle after a plane crash.
Oh, my.
This is nothing short of amazing. They're indigenous kids in Colombia. 40 days in the Amazon after the plane went down, have shared limited but harrowing details of their ordeal with their family, including that their mother survived the crash for days before she died. These siblings, by the way, 13 years old, 9 years old, 4 years old, and 1 year old. They are expected to remain for at least 2 weeks in a hospital receiving treatment after being rescued on Friday, but some are already speaking and wanting to do more than just lay around in bed, according to their relatives. Manuel Renoc, father of the 2 youngest children, told reporters outside the hospital Sunday that the oldest of the 4 siblings, the 13-year-old, described to him how their mom was alive for about 4 days after the plane crashed on May 1st in the Colombian jungle. Renoc said before she died, mother told them to go away, apparently asking them to leave the wreckage site so they could survive. Provided no more details. Authorities have not said anything about this version of the incident. Details of what happened to the kids and what they did have been emerging gradually and in little pieces, so it could take a little time to get a better picture of what happened. Oh, by the way, the youngest one, the 1-year-old, turned 1 while stranded in the jungle.
My goodness, what a birthday.
Yeah. Henry Guerrero, an indigenous man, part of the search group, told reporters the kids were found with 2 small bags containing some clothing, a towel, a flashlight, 2 cell phones, a music box, and a bottle of pop. He said they used the bottle after drinking it to collect water in the jungle. He added that after they were rescued, the youngsters complained of being hungry. They wanted to eat rice pudding. They wanted to eat bread. They wanted to eat anything we had.
Yep.
I bet.
How long were they in there?
40 days.
40 days.
40 days.
Wow.
Fidencio Valencia, the kid's uncle, tells a media outlet that the kids were starting to talk, and one of them said they hid in tree trunks to protect themselves in a jungle area full of snakes, animals, and mosquitoes. He said all 3 were exhausted, or all 4, rather. They are at least eating a little, but they are eating. One of the children was being rehydrated and could not eat food yet. I would imagine that's probably the youngest.
Probably.
Some new details of the kids' recovery. They have been drawing. Sometimes they need to let off steam. He said family members are not talking a lot with them to give them space and time to recover from their shock. Traveling with their mom from an Amazonian village to another town when the plane went down, Cessna single-engine prop plane was carrying 3 adults and 4 kids. When the pilot declared a state of emergency due to engine failure, the small aircraft fell off the radar a short time later, and a search for survivors began.
Wow. I wonder how many people, after 20 days, why we're saying, why are we still searching?
Right.
Yeah,
why are we looking? Authorities and some family members said the siblings survived eating cassava flour and seeds, and that some familiarity with the rainforest's fruits were also the key to their survival. The kids are members of the Huitoto indigenous group. After being rescued on Friday, transported from in a helicopter to Bogota and then onto a military hospital. Air Force video release showed a helicopter using lines to pull the youngsters up because it couldn't land in the dense rainforest where they found them. Children were found 5 miles from the crash site in a small forest clearing. Rescue teams had passed within 20 meters of where the kids were found on a couple of occasions, but did not hear them or see them.
20 meters?
20 meters. Yep. 2 weeks after the crash, May 16th, search team found the plane in a thick patch of rainforest to recover the bodies of the 3 adults on board, but the kids were nowhere to be found. That would freak you out as a rescuer as well. When you're looking at the manifest going, there's 4 kids.
There's at least should be 4 more bodies here.
Where are they? Yep, they're gone. Soldiers on helicopter dropped boxes of food into the jungle, hoping it would help sustain the children. Planes flying over the area fired flares to help search crews on the ground at night. Rescuers used speakers that blasted a message recorded by the siblings' grandmother, telling them to stay in one place. 150 soldiers, along with rescue dogs, went into the area. Dozens of volunteers from indigenous tribes also joined the search.
How about this little fact from AP? The children told officials they spent some time with one of the dogs that was sent in to find them. But
Dog
then
just hung out?
But then the dog went missing.
Okay, not good.
No, the military's still looking for the dog.
Oh, I wouldn't hold out a lot of hope there.
Wouldn't either, but he said for a while he believed the children were rescued by one of the nomadic tribes that still roam the remote areas. As the search progressed, soldiers found small clues that led them to believe the children were still alive, including a pair of footprints, a baby bottle, diapers, and pieces of fruit that looked like they'd been bitten by humans. The jungle saved them. Petro said they're children of the jungle. Now they're also children of Colombia. That's amazing. 13. Yeah, they credit the 13-year-old girl for knowing how to handle herself in the jungle like that.
Apparently, being part of an indigenous tribe, they've been brought up to speed on what you eat, what you don't, where you go, where you don't, that sort of thing. And the oldest remembered everything she'd been taught.
No, I don't think you take many groups of 4 children and drop them off in the Amazon jungle for 40 days and they survive. That is a very particular set of kids with a very particular set of skills.
Well, yeah,
that allowed this.
Because you and I are there, we're dead.
It's over, man.
We're dead. The kids will be like, yeah, those guys, yeah, we left them behind.
Yeah, we looted them.
Yeah, we it took us a while, but we finally eluded them and left them to starve. Yeah, stuff they don't tell you in the news.
They were really bringing us down.
Yep. Yeah, those radio guys, we finally, they're piranha food now. Yeah. 7:19, Clay and Buck are here after 11 o'clock. Here's what they'll get into.
Tuesday edition, Clay Track.
Over 95 years in the books and still on top. This is Rockford's News Talk 1440 WROK.
7:35 News Talk 1440 WROK. It's Riley and Joe. It's a Tuesday morning with clouds in the sky. We had rain earlier. We may have rain a little bit after 10 o'clock this morning as well. Some coming in this afternoon. Might happen. We're still sitting at what is our percentage chance of drawing out rain before the day is out? Still at a 50% chance. So
not bad.
Maybe we got half of it out of the way earlier. Maybe the other half comes a little bit later on. Daytime high today, 70 clouds most of the day. Tomorrow, partly sunny, 82, partly sunny, 85. Thursday, partly sunny, or rather all sun on Friday at 80, then partly sunny and 85 on Saturday. Best chance of rain today. And then Thursday with a 20% chance. The other days, we don't even get past 10.
Okay, not bad.
Coming up tomorrow, it's, let's see, what is tomorrow? National Bourbon Day.
Bourbon tomorrow?
Yeah, National Bourbon Day. Legend holds it on the 14th of June of 1789. June 19th, National Martini Day.
When's National Martini Day?
Monday.
Monday?
Yep. Okay. Exact origin of the martini unclear. Most popular story is it evolved from a cocktail called the Martinez, served during the early 1860s at the Occidental Hotel in San Francisco, where people frequented before taking an evening ferry to the nearby town of Martinez. Alternatively, people in the town of Martinez say a bartender in their town came up with it. Or maybe the drink was named after the town. They were a little buzzed. They're not sure.
Whatever. Enjoy the drink, guys.
Although a Martinez cocktail, first described in 1887, contained bitters, maraschino, gin, vermouth, and gum syrup.
Bitters, maraschino, the
Vermouth, and gum syrup.
I've never heard of gum syrup.
Don't know what that is either.
Maraschinos have been kicked out off the island too in the martini recipe.
Yeah. Now you're having a Manhattan, sure, but otherwise, I've never seen anyone with a maraschino in a martini.
It's an interesting move, though. Gum syrup,
whatever that is. I have no idea. And if you're a wine fan, next Wednesday is World Lambrusco Day. And then next Friday is Sazerac Cocktail Day.
Lambrusco is funny.
Yep. Riuniti on ice. That's nice. So the reason I bring it up from MASH.com, alcohol myths you need to stop believing.
By the way, real quick, the gum syrup, GOMME syrup, it's just a simple syrup. It's just water.
I figured.
Just water and sugar.
I don't know why I pictured, a guy with a bar of gum in his mouth throwing it in there and mixing it with something. Ew. No, I'll pass on that.
Last time you had a martini?
Oh, it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was a Father's Day. Yeah, normally on Father's Day, I am treated to a martini.
What's your martini order?
Dirty.
Dirty? Okay.
Dirty. 2 blue cheese olives.
That's okay. Up? You like it up or on the rocks?
Up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm a big gin martini rocks, and then you can't find them very often, but they got the cocktail onions.
Oh, I like the cocktail onions,
baby.
I remember as a kid when you couldn't drink, I just ate the cocktail onions because they were in a little tray at the bar, and I always liked those.
Pretty delicious. Yeah.
Which you get weird looks. Your kid's eating onions. Yeah.
All right.
He likes them.
It's better.
He likes them. Yeah, dirty martini on Father's Day. Hopefully Sunday. Spencer makes a fine one. Molly makes a fine one.
Nice.
I let them arm wrestle to see who can make me one.
Very good.
And one is more than enough.
You got martini glasses in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
For you elbow benders that you guys are in the
for
house.
the big drinking household we are, it's important to have those things around for their bi-yearly use.
Aesthetic value.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, alcohol myths you ought to stop believing from our friends at MASH.com. Says just about everyone has their own little stash of tricks for navigating the effects of alcohol consumption, whether it be sobering up in a blink of an eye, dodging a hangover, whatever it is. Some of these just plain don't work and have been passed down by people who meant well, but they're not giving you any real good information.
Okay.
All right, so let's take on a few of these and see what they say. Drinking in moderation has health benefits.
No.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It used to be some studies would say moderate alcohol consumption, up to 2 standard drinks a day, had some health benefits, blah, 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 blah. Well, after conducting a comprehensive analysis of more than 100 studies and carefully accounting for a group of biases, a team at the Canadian Institute for Substance Use Research discovered that individuals consuming alcohol in the range of 25 grams to 44 grams, that's 2 to 3 drinks per day, had a slightly higher risk of death. Furthermore, the risk of death significantly escalated among individuals who consume more than that. Okay. 2022 World Heart Federation report found moderate alcohol consumption has no positive effect on your heart. Policy brief draws a link between alcohol and conditions such as coronary disease, stroke, cardiomyopathy, and even heart failure. So the old, it's for my health.
No, it's not.
It's really not. If you have 1 drink an hour, you'll stay sober enough to drive. I've heard that. I've heard somebody offer that one up once.
You can metabolize that much an hour. That's what I have heard.
Driving with the BAC, blood alcohol concentration above 0.08 is illegal. The rules are even stricter for those under 21. In order to avoid DUIs, many individuals swear by the 1 drink per hour rule, which says as long as you consume no more than a standard drink an hour, you will be sober enough to drive.
We had national 0.08, by the way? No?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Now, this rule is not exact science, particularly since we all process alcohol at different speeds. Your gender, your body weight, your metabolism can all influence how quickly you process and eliminate alcohol. How fast we metabolize it can be affected by the type of alcohol we're drinking and how fast we drink it. For example, a shot of whiskey or bourbon could have more total alcohol in it than some beer. However, it wouldn't be the case for beers with a high alcohol content. The situation becomes even more confusing when it comes to cocktails, since some concoctions are mixed with 2 or 3 times as much alcohol as what's found in a standard drink.
Okay.
And if you're drinking one of those an hour, you're defeating the purpose.
I don't like the way they're calling a drink with 2 or 3 times the amount of alcohol a standard drink. That's not a standard drink.
No, they're saying you could be served one that has 2 or 3 times,
gosh.
which is more than is found in a standard drink.
Gotcha. So you can so
you're having a Long Island iced tea. It's not the same as you doing a shot of bourbon.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be. I mean,
Yeah.
the Long Island iced tea is so funny, man.
Oh, it is.
It is, because you can get it. It can be made appropriately, but then it'll usually get sent back. Because if somebody's ordering a Long Island iced tea, it's purpose driven.
Whenever I hear someone order a Long Island iced tea, I think of Nick, the bartender from It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh yeah, okay.
Hey, look, mister, we serve hard drinks around here for men who want to get drunk fast, and we don't need any characters around to give the joint atmosphere.
Yeah.
He might as well have just said, hey, mister, we serve Long Island iced teas around here for... It's not a sport drink.
Long Island iced teas are drunk by either people trying to get drunk quick or people that don't know what they're doing and are going to get obliterated.
Yeah, who've been given something that they don't know what it is and are engaged by the fact, well, I can hardly taste the alcohol.
Because they are tasty. They're tasty. The Long Islands.
Right.
Yeah, but they're a problem. They're a big problem.
Oh, yeah. Whenever you hear go, I can hardly taste the alcohol in here.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, that means about 9 months from now, there's going to be a kid.
Yeah, as a bartender, the Long Island order was somebody to keep an eye on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to look at you for a while.
Other alcohol myths that you should stop believing, according to MASH.com. Liquor before beer in the clear, beer before liquor, never been sicker.
There's some truth to that, but I don't think it's scientific. It's just that you tend to drink a little bit quicker as the night goes on.
True.
So if you're drinking beer quicker, you're going to be more okay than if you're drinking liquor quicker.
It says, while certainly comforting, the notion that we can control our hangovers by the order in which we consume our drinks is deeply misguided. Yes. The origins of the saying are unclear. Many of us don't start our nights with spirits. Instead, we go for something lighter like beer or wine. And once sufficiently inebriated, we move on to hard liquor. And the next day, we blame our sore heads on the order rather than the amount of our drinks.
Yes.
To cut a story short, both beer and liquor contain ethanol, which your body has to metabolize regardless of what drink you consumed first. Period.
Yep.
There's another grape or grain, but never the twain.
Oh. Yeah, the no mixing. I know.
Yep.
I know some people are very, very serious about not mixing, and I don't think it matters.
Nope. No. We've talked about this myth 100 times. Coffee or a cold shower will sober you up. No. What it will do is give you a wide awake and clean drunk.
Yeah, you'll just be more awake.
Yep.
Yes.
And wet.
Right. You might be more alert, but you're definitely not more sober.
When it comes to having a few too many, some individuals swear a cup of coffee sobers them right up. The truth is, while caffeine may make you feel more alert, it does not at all speed up the rate that your body metabolizes alcohol. In fact, caffeine or mixing spirits with energy drinks, for that matter, can give you a false sense of security, leading you to think that you are more sober than you actually are.
I'm glad the energy drink mixing's kind of stopped.
Yeah, I think
that was.
Well, what's the one with Red Bull and what, vodka?
Red Bull vodka. There's not a name for it. It's Red Bull vodka.
I've had that a couple of times. I'm good.
I had it a lot of times. It was the thing when we were going out in the mid-aughts.
Oh, I know. There were a lot of people who were going that way. All right, let me grab one more. There's a ton of them on here. All right, one final one.
Yeah.
Once you break the seal, you won't be able to stop peeing.
I don't know. I do kind of feel that when just in practice is true. Maybe it's just it's catching up with me.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It says if you've ever fretted about the idea of breaking the seal and losing precious drinking time while waiting in line for the bathroom, don't worry about it. Your first trip to the bathroom is unlikely to have any effect on the number of times you end up having to go. That's because your bladder can only hold about 12 ounces of fluid, and no amount of wishing otherwise is going to change it. According to an article on NBC News, breaking the seal is just an urban legend. Drinking alcohol will definitely increase the frequency of your visits to the toilet, and not just due to the extra liquid.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, so it's you're going to pee more on booze than you would just water?
Alcohol hampers the release of vasopressin, an antidiuretic hormone that instructs the kidneys to retain and redistribute fluids around the body. With less of that, the adult drinks you consume are way more likely to end up going directly to your bladder.
Gotcha.
By the way, don't delay. Delaying restroom trips can lead to a whole lot of trouble. It can increase your risk of a UTI, urinary tract infection. Full bladder can also lead to accidents, which In today's world where everyone's got a camera phone, don't do it.
Don't accident.
Don't do it.
You ever hang out with a guy that likes to pull out the joke? You don't buy a beer, you rent it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that
Okay, all right.
a ton of times.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I found it funnier and more accurate when that was used to describe McDonald's.
It is funnier.
Yep, it is. And more accurate. 747 News Talk 1440 WROK.
Zaxby's has been perfecting chicken fingers for 30 years, and now we're going to the sea. Shrimp butterflied and fried to perfection, and a perfect blend of Zax sauce and cocktail sauce called Zax Tail Sauce. The perfect southern fried shrimp meal. Woo, saucy! Zaxby's.